Tomorrow is Wisconsin's spring primary. Voters will choose 2 of 3 candidates running to lead the state's public education system to advance then to the general election in April.
The candidates for state superintendent are education consultant Brittany Kinser, Sauk Prairie Superintendent Jeff Wright, and the incumbent Jill Underly.
Our state capitol reporter Harm Van Huysen introduces you to the candidates on your ballot.
I asked each candidate in this race for an interview ahead of the primary. I was able to connect with Jeff Wright and Brittany Kinser, but my interview with Jill Underly was canceled for bad weather. She was unable to reschedule before our deadline. One issue that's been front and center in this race is the decision by Underly's Department of Public Instruction to lower benchmarks for Wisconsin's standardized testing. This brought criticism from politicians and educators who say the lower standards make students look like they're doing better than they are.
I'm running to restore the high standards, make sure we're focusing on reading, writing, and math so kids can get a meaningful job, attend college, or master a trade.
I think that it was a mistake to lower the standards, but it was a really big mistake to lower the standards when the DPI chose to.
The job of state superintendent is officially nonpartisan, but there are clear ideological lines between the candidates. Underly has the backing of the state Democratic Party. Kinser is the only candidate who supports school choice programs. She's received $200,000 from the state Republican Party and leads the race in terms of fundraising. Wright, who has previously run for state assembly as a Democrat, is endorsed by the Association of Wisconsin School Administrators. Each candidate acknowledges that Wisconsin has trouble recruiting and retaining teachers. Underly has said she wants to prioritize paying better wages. Wright says schools need to create a better culture for educators.
Making sure that teachers know that they're respected and valued members in our community, that has a huge impact on whether or not people stay in the field.
There needs to be alternative pathways for professionals who would bring a great deal of experience and excitement and inspiration for children. We have to allow our schools to be able to create those different pathways.
When asked what makes them the best candidate for the job, Wright pointed to his experience.
I think the greatest factor setting me apart from my 2 opponents is the experience that I've had both leading a school on the south side of Chicago, but also this year I was named the Administrator of the Year by the Wisconsin Rural Schools Alliance.
I am not the politician or the bureaucrat. I am a person who's putting our children first and ensuring that they have a better education and a brighter future.
Underly's campaign ads highlight that Wisconsin's high school graduation rates and K-12 education ranking by U.S. News and World Report have both improved under her tenure. In my interviews with Wright and Kinser, we also talked about things like school funding numbers and whether ICE should be allowed into Wisconsin schools to carry out detainments. You can find those details and more on our website. In Madison, Harm Van Huysen, TMJ4 News.
And it is almost time to head to the polls again. The 2025 spring primary, as I mentioned, is tomorrow. We have plenty of information on the TMJ4 website to help prepare you to vote, including how to find your polling place and what's going to be on your ballot. Just head to tmj4.com/vote.